If you want it, take it. I should have said it before. Try to hide it, fake it. I can't pretend anymore. I only wanna die alive, never by the hands of a...
Welcome back to my channel. Again, very sorry that I haven't posted a video in a while. Again, I've been really busy with college and stuff, so I kind of haven't really had the time to film or anything. But I've found the time now, so I'm going to film now. So today's video is something a little different to what I would usually film. And it's going to be my driving test experience, because I've seen loads of these videos and I've been watching them to see like other people's experiences and stuff and all that kind of thing, and I thought, you know what, I think that would be a good idea, so I've kind of decided that that is going to be today's video. But I'm not going to go through like the lessons and the theory tests and stuff, just the driving test itself. I don't know how many hours I had because I didn't really work it out, but we started off as an hour, then it went to an hour and a half. I don't think I got any 2-hour lessons. I think it just went from an hour to an hour and a half. My first, I've done 3 tests. At the end of the day, just it's what you need to do at the end of the day, isn't it? The third one, well, this was like in a different place to the first 2 tests. The reason I went to the same place for the first 2 tests is because the waiting time for a test wasn't as long as it was in the other place. So I thought, right, I'll just go with them. So that was what I did. So the third time I thought, right, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere different and hopefully I'll pass there this time. So the night before I drove around a bit, with me and my dad, because it was just me and him. We thought, right, well, we'll go to McDonald's, get a drink and stuff, just so, like, you know, I'm refreshed and stuff. Then we went home, so obviously I get a good night's sleep. Then the next morning we went out as well, like, quite a while before, so that I could drive around and stuff and just keep everything in my mind and stuff. And we went over the manoeuvres and everything like that, because my test, I think, was 11/11. Yeah, my test was 11/11 on the 11th of October. So yeah. So I think I was out driving from about 9 o'clock, and then obviously I went to the test centre, and all of the parking spaces at the test centre were all full. So I was like, right, there's a cafe next door. I was like, I'll just park in them, but just tell the examiner I've parked there because there was no parking spaces outside the test centre. So we're going to the test centre, and I sit down, and I'm reading all the signs like on the wall and stuff, like the cars that you can't do your tests in and stuff, and like the waiting times and stuff. I don't know why I was reading that, but you know, it was there, so I read it anyway. And then an examiner comes out and calls for someone, and we're just like looking for them, and they weren't there, so it's like, oh, they're probably not going to be able to do the test because they're late. And then another one came out, and he was like, and he said my name, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm here. He came over, and I was just like, and then he got me to sign the declaration bit, which is just here. I'm covering up my signature because I don't want people forging it. So I said that, and then he said, right, so would you like to know what the test entails? I was like, yeah, please. Obviously I already knew, but I just wanted, you know, that recap. So he was like, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to go outside now, we're going to do an eyesight check, then when we get in the car we'll do a show me to tell me, we'll do some show me tell me questions, and after that we're going to move on to the test. You will go straight on, like, straight on unless I tell you otherwise, and you will do one manoeuvre throughout the test and stuff like that, so they're kind of just telling me all that. The show me question I got was show me how you would activate the main beam. So I was like, yeah, cool, I know how to do this, I do this all the time. Can't remember what the tell me question was though. I think the tell me one was tell me how you would know when your ABS system isn't working, which I got both right, and I got the eyesight check correct. Obviously if I hadn't done that right, then I'd have not got onto that bit, because if you fail your eyesight check, then you can't do your test, can you? So yeah, I got all that right. And getting at this point, I was really nervous. I mean, I've done it twice before and failed, so I was kind of like, oh god, if I fail again, then it looks like I'm spending more money on a test than money that I haven't really got. So we went out the test centre, and he was like, at the end of this road, I want you to go left and stuff like that. So I was like, right. We got a little bit around the corner. He's like, right, I want you to pull up safe when it's safe to do so on the left. So I looked around, made sure it was safe, pulled up. And he was like, right, so we're going to start the independent driving now. When you get to the end of this road, I want you to go left and then follow the signs for such and such. So I was like, right, okay. And then just to check again, I was like, when I got to the end of the road, I was like, did you say left? He went, yeah, that's right, go left. I was like, okay. So I followed all the signs and everything, like, you know, as you do. Then we got like 10 minutes down the road, and he was like, right, pull up on the left when it's safe to do so, please. So I did, and he was just like, right, that's the end of your independent driving. Now, it was kind of like, just listen to me, and like, you'll go straight on unless I see otherwise, and stuff like that, which was like, okay, that's fine. So, you know, I did that. I picked up 4 minors throughout the whole test. I mean, that isn't bad, considering, like, I got 7 the first time and 9 the second time. So I'm quite proud of myself. We were coming back to the test centre, and there was a junction just before it, and he said, can you take your next right into the, can you take your next right, please? I said, yeah. He went, can you pull up on the left when it's safe to do so, please? So I did that. And then we got on to the manoeuvre, and the manoeuvre he asked me to do was a turn in the road. So I did that without a problem. Like, I checked all my mirrors and I did it all fine. He was like, okay, when it's safe to do so, you may pull away and take us back to the test centre. So I was like, okay, will do. So I did exactly that. It was like, and obviously because I'd already done the manoeuvre, I didn't have to reverse it. So as soon as I got back to the test centre, I kind of just parked straight in a bay and turned the engine off and everything, because, you know, I wasn't driving, so I was quite just sitting there with the engine running. And my dad was stood by the wall, so the examiner was like, would you like your dad with you? I went, yes please. He went, right, well just open the door and call him over then. So I opened the door and I like looked, and I just went, let's see, come here. So he came walking over, and the examiner was like, I'm pleased to tell you you've passed. And I just looked at my dad and I was like, finally. And he was like, oh, champion. He was like, you did pick up 4 minors, would you like me to tell you what they were for? I went, yeah please. So I got 4 minors for the change direction, and that was on a roundabout, because the roundabout I was on, it was like, you had to follow a certain lane because we were going a certain direction. This roundabout was very confusing because the lanes were all like leading like in places. So one said like A something something something, and another one said A something something something. So you had to kind of like stay in your lane as you go around. And I did it fine, but I just forgot to check my mirrors as I went round to make sure and didn't check that anyone was beside me or wanted to come in. So I kind of got a minor for that. I got a minor for clearance. I can't remember what that one was for. I think I was blocking something or something. I can't remember. I got 1 for traffic lights. I don't know what that was for. And then I got another one for my observation on a junction, because I did alright. Like, I remember this one. He said that this one was when I was at a junction, like I said, and then I'd looked and then pulled out, but I'd pulled out a bit too slowly, so the person behind had to kind of slow down a bit. But yeah, that was all that was for. But my dad was over the moon, as was I, because, you know, I'd failed twice before, and I was like, if I don't fail this time, I'm spending more money that I haven't got. So I was kind of just like, ugh. But I did it, and that's it. Yay! Yeah, I laminated them myself. And then obviously, again at the end of the test, oh well, actually I forgot to mention that when you go into the test centre, they ask to see your provisional. So you give them your provisional, and then they give you that back, and then you keep that during the entirety. I think that's right, during the entirety of the test. And then at the end, when you pass, you'll be like, and obviously if you fail, you keep it, but if you pass, they say, would you like us to send your provisional off and get one sent to you, or would you like to take it home and send it off yourself? I was like, you can send it off, please. He went, are you sure? I went, yeah, that's fine. He went, okay, so you should get it in the post within 20 working days. If you don't, then you need to send an email or ring up or something. And yeah, if you have not received your new license within 3 weeks, passing your driving test or submitting your application, you contact us. So you have to like phone them or write a letter or whatever, so that they know you haven't received it. But I did, and it was weird because obviously I was driving for I driving as a learner for just under 6 months, so it was really weird seeing the full license, and I was just like, that is really weird. So yeah, I was kind of just like, this is weird. But you know, I've been driving over a month, and I'm still trying to get used to the fact I've got a full license now, and I don't need anyone in the car with me most of the time. But to be fair, the only time I'm ever on my own is when I drive to college. Because like, I go to college on a Thursday, and I drop my sister and a friend off at school, and then I drive to Starbucks, get me and my dad a drink, drop my dad's drink off at his work, and then I drive to college. And that's probably the only time I'm ever on my own. I'm never on my own any other time, so it's kind of just like, I don't know, it's weird. So it's just, yeah. Yeah, I still find it quite weird. But at the end of the day, you know, I've only been driving a month. Well, just over a month. So it's still going to be weird for me knowing that I've passed my test now when I've got a full licence and stuff. But I'll get used to that. Nothing to worry about. So yeah. If I've missed something out, just let me know in the comments, and I will reply to you with the missing information, because, you know, I need to. So, yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you soon with another one. Don't forget to give it a like if you enjoyed it, even if you didn't enjoy it. Just give it a like, and don't forget to leave your suggestions for comment. I can't get your words out. Don't forget to leave suggestions of videos you'd like to see in the comments, and be sure to subscribe because it would really mean a lot. Thank you.